Chat room, take one.
What makes a person productive?
My first thought is busy.
Dedication.
A productive person is reliable.
Very, very busy.
My first thing that came to mind was just busyness, just because generally like doing things that are productive. Not necessarily having a schedule full of things, but being busy and constantly working towards something.
If I want myself to be productive, I'm thinking, who am I like taking care of? What task am I taking care of? So people are relying on me to get my job done.
You have to be, I guess, dedicated to the things that you have to accomplish, for example, for the day. So yeah, I would say dedication.
Is there someone in your life who manages their time really well?
Yes, I would say for me, my dad, even though he works very late and comes home early in the morning, he still has stuff to do. And he's always tired, but yet he gets his stuff done.
Same here, like Dad has his routine down. He's got wake up in the morning, work out, make everybody's lunches for like my brothers for school, and then just anything that needs to get taken care of, like putting in hours for like all of his employees, and just then he goes to work, he does project management, and just everything that he takes care of there. I couldn't do that. That's so much just work just to put in like how to manage that time, and not just yourself, but other people's time as well.
I've met people at work. They set their schedule in, and they are like really like set on their schedule, and they know like at this time I'm going to do this and this time I'm going to do that. So yeah.
So my boss at work is really, really good at this. He's got his schedule down to within like 5 minutes plus or minus of every day. He's got a wife, a couple kids. He gets up early and works out, and it's insane. I couldn't do it. Like, I really admire him for that.
Yeah.
How do you determine what your priorities should be?
I have a resource where it's kind of like an agenda, but mine's like on a website, and it just gives me, I like put in all my tasks that I need to do, and then I prioritize that task list of like what needs done today, what can I be like started on and get a general idea, and like what's in the future. And like when I do that, I feel like I'm setting myself up for success.
I have a planner where I put like, for example, like all the things that I need to do in the week, and I try to like put the deadline like next to it so I can know visually like, okay, I have to do this by this date or this for the other. So I know that, okay, this part is the one that I have to prioritize. So after I do them, I check them off, and it feels really good. So yeah, that's kind of like my process.
You know, priorities are interesting because I do a lot of different things that are really big picture. And so finding the balance of all of that is really interesting because a lot of it is numbers and what goes where. And it's super minute in details and prioritizing things, but I tend to use just like Google Calendar, honestly, and it works really well for me.
Oh, yeah.
I would do something, and then I would put like a timer on it or set an alarm for it. And then when the alarm goes off, I can do that right away. If I'm free, I can do that right away just to get it done. Or sometimes I would just like do it whenever, stuff like that.
I use time blocking. So setting aside like time in my calendar, like sending myself a calendar invite and just setting aside time to do things, and like titling the invite, like whatever it is I'm working on, has helped me so much getting so many things done.
Just to see what I need to do visually, like in a planner or an agenda, and just to see visually what I need to do, that really helps me a lot. And also, like I've done the timer where so I'm gonna work on this for 15, 20 minutes. I just put the timer in. So when the timer goes off, I can move on to the next thing, because sometimes I tend to think, I don't have enough time to do this. And when I set timers to do different things, I realize that I can do that thing that I had mentioned, I don't have time to do. Just set the time to do that.
Yeah.
What would you say to the younger version of yourself about learning to manage time well?
Use a calendar. Please use a calendar.
Yeah, literally just with that, like resources. There's so many out there. And I was just like, I can't. No, not for me. And just like wishing that I did that would have just helped me so much out, like in the long run. And even like right now, I'm just like, all right, I've got to stick to this because I know that it'll benefit me later. Yeah.
I would say stick to it, because maybe I would start it because I remember like when I was younger having a planner, but like maybe I would start the first week and then I would just forget about it and not continue it. So I would say like stick to it.
Yeah. I think of like a sense of accountability, like having like, say you can label it as like, even as a classmate, you guys have the same class together, work together. Hey, what did I forget like this week or something like that? Like, is there anything that I'm missing, anything that I should know of? And you both do that for each other. And that's that accountability and just keeping up with each other. And so I think that's helpful in any sense, whether that's school, work, or family life, however it is. So.
What is one practical thing you want to try based on this conversation?
Be consistent in it. Like whatever I'm doing, I want to be consistent in it.
Following through in the things I do. Just like, even though I have that set task list, am I getting those completed all the way? Or if I take a break, am I coming right back to it kind of thing? So I think just having that sense of, I've got to get this done. Let's power through it.
Yeah, for me, it's working on priorities, like what is and what isn't a priority, because if everything's a fire, nothing's a fire.
Yeah.
And so it's just keeping that in mind.
If it's on the task list, not to procrastinate as much, because I tend to do that. So it's like, okay, to set that goal myself to like, okay, this is what I need to do and not procrastinate as much.
Yeah.